You want a sick person to come in? No problem. I did an online order for head thermometer from a big pharmacy chain for my husband to pick up. Since I've been getting sick a lot during my pregnancy. TMI. But I am pissing on myself. Sneezing, coughing, and overall a snotty mess. I don't have COVID. Tested 3 times. So I figure it's some cold or something. Online. It asks who is the pickup person. I enter my husband's name. Then it asks for my billing information. All through my maiden name, which I do not use anymore. My husband treks to the store and calls me shortly after to tell me they are refusing to give him the order because the name doesn't match. They're going by the billing address name, not the pickup name. I haven't used that name in years. Even with a picture of my ID, they refuse to give it. And he warns the staff I'm very sick and they still demand I come in. There's no way for me to cancel. I have to wait over 2 weeks for the order to process through for a refund. Well, I guess I have no choice then. I waddle into the pharmacy. 7 months pregnant. Sneezing and coughing up a storm. Her coworker is looking at me like I'm a bug. And I couldn't give a rat's ass. Not a single employee wearing a mask. They wanted a sick customer to come in and put themselves and other customers at risk. Insanity. Sounds like CVS. I've always had problems with them. Thank goodness a privately owned pharmacy opened up in the neighborhood. They even deliver, which they started doing before the pandemic. That is ridiculous. I pick up my SOS meds all the time at our pharmacy with 0 issues. Even though we use different last names. I'd be pretty pissed off if they gave me the runaround on a freaking thermometer. This is ridiculous. 2 months ago I was on my honeymoon in Iceland and my husband fell very ill. After a night in the hospital he was discharged, so we got checked into a hotel and I left him there to go get his medication. We were in an area where English wasn't as common. I didn't understand my Icelandic paperwork for the hospital. Me and my husband have different last names. Our passports are English, but his secondary ID is in French, and guess what? When I explained, my husband was back at the hotel, very ill, in a terrible mixture of English and Icelandic. The pharmacist shrugged, got me to write down my name and sign, and then gave me his prescriptions. Hats off to the Icelandics for being reasonable and chill people. I got really sick this past July and went to urgent care. They did a COVID test, sent in a prescription for an inhaler to the pharmacy up the street, and said they'd call me with the results of the test. I drag myself to the pharmacy and shop for a few things I need, then get in line to get my prescription. The clerk almost laughed in my face. Oh no, it will take at least an hour to fill the prescription. Okay, fine. I don't have the energy to drive home and then turn around and come right back, so I'll sit right over here in your waiting area until it is ready. I was masked, but it was obvious I was not well. They had the prescription ready in less than 20 minutes. A few weeks ago, after I caught COVID off of my housemate, I scheduled a drive-through COVID test at my local Walgreens. When I arrived at the Walgreens, there was a sticky note on their drive-through window saying they were understaffed and couldn't operate the drive-through. This was just a window into the pharmacy. I can literally see the employees inside watching me read the note. No email saying they've closed the drive-through. No phone call. Nothing. I literally had to beg the store employee over the phone to just hand me the test through the window that they were literally standing on the other side of. We were making eye contact throughout the call. They wanted me to come inside and infect the entire store just because they didn't want to take the 3 seconds to open the window. WTF. During COVID, if you were sick, you were not allowed in most, if not all, stores. You had to get someone to pick up for you. I called ahead to my pharmacy as I needed OTC meds and pads. but was stupid sick with no assistance until the weekend. They agreed to paying over the phone as I had 9 years history with them. I showed my CC and ID and HC through a closed window. Then she backed up. I rolled down the window and she lobbed in the bag of goods. Thanked her profusely as I was so grateful for the help. My dad picks up scripts for 3 different people. Himself, his bestie, and well, his friend recently passed, so not anymore for her. For years and years. He does it because it lets him set them up for being put into bubble packs so no one misses their meds or takes too much on accident. The 2 ladies were struggling to remember to take their meds properly. And one kept ending up in hospital. The one that passed. Both ladies were just sick and too tired. Once he took over, both ladies rarely missed their pills and both were finally functional. He absolutely still does it for his bestie. Really sharp RX employees on the lookout for a random thermometer thief who hacked into OP's account and knew she had one ready to be stolen. If only he could get there before her. That was ridiculous. For heaven's sake. Report this incompetence to the CVS Home Office. My husband and both hate the CVS phone system. But I will say that most of the staff we've dealt with over the years have been pleasant, efficient and knowledgeable. But you, corn-caked, clearly had the bad luck to deal with a bunch of lazy jerks. I don't care where in the world you might be located. I simply do not believe that the staff at that CVS couldn't find a way for your husband to pick up your thermometer. I could understand this for a large purchase, but something so small? Sheesh. I gave up on CVS some years back because they kept not receiving prescriptions that my doctors, and the doctors of my kids, would send them through the automated service. I went with a local grocery chain. Reminded me about an argument I had at the pharmacy about a Band-Aid. Somehow I needed a doctor's prescription for it according to an older guy behind the counter. Took me a good 10 minutes of thinking I'd gone mad while painting the floor red. Luckily his actual functioning colleague saw me bleeding and stealthily when he wasn't looking. Sold me some Band-Aids. Never buy anything there anymore. Shame as it's almost next door. I never used to have a problem with them. The only one I have now is they are permanently understaffed. Drive-through has been shut down the last couple of months. They made it just fine through the pandemic. Either they let some people go or policies got to the point that some said screw this. I guess we will be looking to change too in the near future. This is so weird. They need you there for a thermometer? Yikes. Since when did they become prescription meds? What's the use of putting a pickup person's name down if they don't let that person pick it up? So stupid. They are very strict there. At my CVS you just need to know if person, date of birth and name, and verify the address in extreme cases. What kind of order was this? Maybe this is a strange part of the story to fixate on. But why even ask for a pickup name if you won't use it? It seems like they accounted for this exact scenario then just failed to execute on it even when having their own system explained to them. Hey up, I have similar symptoms going on 3 weeks, just went to the doctor and found out I have an infection somewhere in my liver. I have to do more testing, but I'm 20 so you and usually pretty healthy, so if you can please see a doctor. Just so you know, that's not the norm for an online order pickup at CVS. We are supposed to go off they pickup name and order number only. Why they're going off the mailing address? They shouldn't even have access to that. Amazon Pharmacy has been outstanding for me. Not as cheap as Walmart, but they call your doctor same day. Transfer scripts for you and deliver. Can't beat it. When I pick up my husband's meds, They take both names, mine and his. I changed pharmacies after getting married due to moving, so this hasn't been an issue. But going to the head pharmacist and complaining might tell you whether you can fix it without switching pharmacies.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.